Uh, Good afternoon, learners. Welcome on board into first semester in the Department of Political Science, Distance Learning University of Ibadan. Once again, I say you are welcome into the Department of Political Science. And my name is Oloruntobi Jeremiah Ayobami. I am in charge of Pos213, titled Politics in Africa 1. So to speak, we need to really understand the course in its study, in its conceptualization, and what have you. So I am taking on you study session 1. And in study session 1, what we need to really understand is conceptualizing politics in Africa. That is the first thing we should really understand. And in this study of conceptualizing politics, we are going to discuss politics in African context. That is one thing you should know. As the title depicts, politics in Africa, that is, whatever we are going to do in this course has to be done from African contextuality. And also, we will discuss the extent to which conventional definitions of politics are applicable to politics, in Africa, including certain aspects of politics in Africa that distinguish from politics in Europe and North America, for example. What we are saying, in excess is this, that we should understand the difference between definition of politics and the practice of politics. As a student of political science, you must have a grasp of this, because it is only a layman that will not understand. But you, as a student of political science, you can say there's a difference between definition of politics and the practice of politics, because the definition of politics is universally applicable. Just as if you give the definition of David Easton, that politics is the authoritative allocation of value. Who gets what, when, and how. Go to Harvard University. Go to, University of Chicago. It is the same David Easton definitions, authoritative allocation of value. Who gets what, when, and how. That is what we mean by the definition of politics is universally applicable. But the practice of politics is quite different, from one country to the other. The way Nigeria practices politics is quite different from the way, America, Togo, Ghana, South Africa, Canada, practice, politics. It is different in terms of practicality, but it is the same in terms of conceptualization. And also, we should be able to have the learning outcome, which says that when students have studied the session, we should be able to, number one, define politics, which I've given you, explain why those definitions are valid even for politics, like I told you, that David Easton definition of politics, and also Vernon van Dijk politics, is the same across the globe. And also, we should be able to discuss the definition of African politics from the regional, to which our notion of Africa will always apply through this course. And also finally, we should be able to discuss the peculiarities of African politics and describe the various political changes Africa underwent since colonization of the continent. So, having given you all this, we will now come into the real definition of politics. And this is the fact that political scientists have not been able to agree on a common definition for politics. The reason is essentially due to the fact that it is not possible for all of them to arrive, or see politics from the same angle. And that is, there is no universally acceptable definition of politics. I repeat, there is no universally, agreed or acceptable definition of politics. And by extension, in social sciences, in humanities, there is no universally acceptable definition of a particular concept. But in sciences, they have universally agreed or acceptable definition. For example, when I say, 2 plus 2 is equals to 4, you go to, Toronto University in sciences, they will tell you it is 4. And also, as we proceed in the study of political science, we will appreciate, why different political scientists view politics from different angles. In this connection, I would like to give you some definitions of politics here. The first one is from a renowned political scientist, Vernon van Dijk. This is as follows. Politics involves the struggle among actors pursuing conflicting desire on public issues. So I want to tell you that wherever decisions are being made, politics involved. And wherever human beings exist, politics involved. And that is why, politics is said it is ubiquitous. That is, it is everywhere. Politics take place, in churches. Politics take place in mosques. Politics take place in family. Politics take place in organization. In fact, I conclude that politics takes place in heaven. Because you ask me why. Even in the Bible, it is said by God, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have grace on whom I will have grace. This connotes spiritual political statements. So, in every areas of our life, politics takes place. So, in any decision that will affect, you just have to, play politics in order for you to be able to be a stakeholder. Then the other one is David Easton. It says politics is the authoritative allocation of values. Another definition of politics is the process by which people and institutions exercise and resist power and dominance. Because when you want to be dominated, certainly you will have to play politics by it. And also it should be noted that those definitions that I've quoted are given by non-Africans like Vernon van Dijk and David Easton. They are non-Africans, as we all know. As a result of their study of politics in Europe and North America, students must know that they are also valid for Africa in the same measure as they valid for the geographical areas, of human societies. Therefore, whenever we talk of politics in Africa, we mean the totality of the moves and the maneuvers that are involved in the relations, process of authoritative allocation of values in African states. So that is the summation, of the study session 1, which opens the floodgates, to this study. So what I want you to really understand that in the study session 1, the first thing is for us to understand what politics entails, and another one is for us to conceptualize politics. What is conceptualization? Conceptualization means to define, that concept. That is, to define the concept of politics. Because politics is what? It's a concept. Then if you want to conceptualize politics, we are saying you want to define. Because every concept must be defined. It is its definition, that makes you to have grasp understanding of what you really want to deal with. And also, don't forget that politics in Africa is a prerequisite, to politics in Africa 2. This one is politics in Africa 1. The other one is politics in Africa 2. And this one talks, about pre-colonialism and colonialism. Why politics in Africa 2 discusses post-colonial era. So in this own, when we go further, we will look into, penetration thesis. We will look into, peculiarity of the European penetrations and what have you. So I really want you to listen very carefully to this, video lecture, digest and watch over and over again, and complement it with, the materials that, have already been given to you. This will make a holistic, understanding of the subject matter. So once again, you are welcome on board. In another, class, we will go to study session 2. And also, before we go on the study session 2, I would like us to participate, ask questions, especially, on this, topic, and we will equally try, to have a kind of a mock examination. Please get me right. The mock examination is not, official examination. It is just an examination to prepare your mind and also to make you to be well grounded and have grasp of what we have taught. So see you in another time this week to deal with the study session 2. Thank you.